physically in between us.
A very good afternoon, all of you. Brigadier P. Ganeshan, born in village Boompalli of Telangana. Ganeshan is an engineering graduate and also an MBA. Ganeshan is a specialist in armored fighting vehicles, served in the Indian Army with distinction for over 35 years, including command of a battalion in Kashmir in thick of counter-insurgency operations. He was instrumental in developing a multi-role weapon platform, Windy, for the Army, which was displayed on the Republic Day Parade 2004. He obtained patent for this vehicle, which is the first patent of the Indian Army. Since his retirement, he served as a director for Bharat Dynamics Limited, BDL, from 2006 to 9. He was a member of the advisory board of ECHS Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, Rajya Sainik Board of Telangana. Also, he is the member of the government and non-government sector boards. In the year 2005, he formed a voluntary group called Palle Srujana. Palle means village, Srujana means creativity. They also publish a bi-monthly Palle Srujana in Telugu in dissemination of grassroots creativity and traditional knowledge since 2006. Palle Srujana conducts Chinna Shodha Yatra. I mean simply Shodha Yatra every quarter in a various parts of both the Telugu states to walk in the remote areas to understand and capture the grassroots knowledge and the creativity of villagers. Since 2011, 46 such yatras involving over 1,200 participants walked 2,500 kilometers plus, interacting with thousands of villages from over 750 villages. In the last 18 years, he addressed over lakh students in both Telugu states and walked over 8,000 kilometers across the country in remote areas, visiting over 2,000 villages. He interacted with 1,800 students, executives, etc., including postgraduate students, IITians, TIS, and engineering and management institutions. He built a voluntary network of 3,000 in the Telugu states. In the last 18 years, they identified over 500 innovators and documented more than 1,000 traditional knowledge practices. Palle Srujana facilitated many grassroots innovators to be recognized by national, international governments and private organizations. Innovators were showcased and connected to formal reputed institutions. Till date, innovators received 13 President of India awards, 36 patents, and 7 international awards. They conducted weekly webinars in the pandemic times also. The 3 grassroots innovators to mention here, particularly Mallesham, Ramaya, and C.V. Reddy were awarded Padma Shri by the Government of India in 2017 and 2019, respective Republic Days. One innovator was honored with Asian First Prize at the Asian Innovation Festival during October 2019. 2 innovators have been awarded National Entrepreneurs by the Government of India in 2017 and 18. He is the man behind the initiatives include Gram Swayam, Samruddhi, Rural Internship, Gyan Shodh, capturing creativity of school children, ignite the minds. He was invited to speak on many platforms such as TEDx Talks in Hyderabad 2023 and to the TV channels as well. He shares that his mission is to highlight the significance of grassroots creativity for an equitable growth of the nation to the students, industry, scientific community, society in general, and government in particular. He and his voluntary group, Palle Srujana, has been awarded at regional and national levels from 2014 to 2023. So these are the few lines about this Palle Srujana institution and Ganeshan sir. Happy to have you here, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Very good afternoon, and thank you very much, Professor Raghav for getting me here. It's an honor to be in the University of Hyderabad. and my greetings to the participants. You already got the introduction of grassroots innovations from Dr. Sahu. So I'll just try to put what, in additional to that, what I can convey. This is what Dr. Varghese Kurian said. The kind of a cooperative built with the villages and the management. And he says for the kind of diversity we have in our country, the best way to go ahead is to have a partnership between the traditional wisdom and the modern management, modern skills, modern technology. And only technology may not help, but that was a say. If you want to know if this is, we believe, and we want the wisdom of rural people, we have to go to them. They don't come to us because knowledge has no legs, we have legs. But are we doing this? Now, what we did all these years, including my generation, we alienated students in the colleges from interacting with society. And it has been inbuilt in the system. And therefore, slowly, the educated lot have moved away from the people, the real people, and sensitivity of these students and these academicians and the formal system has reduced towards the informal people or the masses. I don't know whether we did right thing or not, but this created a big gap between the formal system and their benefit going to the masses. That we'll see how it happened. And so we found that the formal system is a one vertical with all the facilities, all the connectivities, all the accessibilities. And the informal system is somewhere there. They are in huge numbers and they are vertical. They don't know how to connect with these people. And these people do not have an inclination to connect with them. We've not put that inclination or a demand on them. So they both are growing vertically, and the divide and ignorance of each other has been growing. Now, I'm not very sure who is responsible to meet each other, who bridges the gap, but this was going on. So we thought, like Professor Anil Gupta started a long time back, Palle Srujana is organization, village, creativity is the meaning of it. We thought voluntarily we'll walk into the villages, understand what's informal people, and try to represent them to the formal people and connect them on their behalf. That was the mission of Palle Srujana. So we understood a bit of formal system. Let's understand and try to get the basics and issues of grassroots innovators or the grassroots, and how do we connect is a challenge we did for the last 18 years we have been doing. And we found a lot of things, like we found villages are not sinks, they're sources. They're not only consumers, they're providers. We found amazing knowledge with them. And we try to give a voice, visibility, and velocity to these innovations by learning about them and speaking about them. So when we respect villages, we will get a lot from them. In fact, how do you talk to unknown? And how do you win his trust and share his knowledge? It's not easy at all. So over a period of time, we could try and ourselves, but the responsibility of getting accepted by villagers lies with us. And that's the way we moved on. It's an amazing journey, my dear friends. Actually, if you go into the little past history, over the years, in India, I think we have grown because of individual excellences, not institutional excellences. And these individuals, maybe art, maybe sculpture, maybe innovation, maybe farming, nothing, doesn't matter, but they were patronized by the people of higher caste, rich people, or Maharajas, or Zamindars, or whatever it is. But over the years, these individuals, excellent in their own field, have been nurtured, patronized, and their knowledge was spread, whatever is possible. This was our culture. Excellences and innovations came through individuals. But having got the colonialism and the industrial and the management, then the institutional excellence have come up. And individual excellences have faded away. Today, we look up to institutions which provide innovations, which provide excellence to the people, not individuals. Unless these individuals reach that institutions, now that's a tall order. So over a period of time, I think we've lost that. Somebody says our GDP our share in the world GDP was about 42%. Now we came down because our individual excellences have stopped shining, stopped coming up. but they do amazing work because they do with volunteerism. There's no mandate for them to solve a problem. There's no funding for them or a motivation for them to help the people around them. Voluntarily, they find a problem. They try to solve the problem to whatever they have with samvedana. Samvedana, don't speak in English. My request is to use the word samvedana. It's beautiful. It sounds good, understands others. Samvedana is feeling others' pain the way they feel it. You internalize others' pain. These guys do that in the villages. And again, volunteerism, I said. And they do with a lot of value systems. Some of them we will see. And they live in harmony with the nature. Their innovations are appropriate. They're affordably excellent. So the environment is sustainable when they go around with the innovations and try to solve the problems. And it also influences lifestyle. Amazing, you use the innovations, what made by grassroots innovations, our lifestyle changes. And Prime Minister Modi said, environment for lifestyle. He said, that's a slogan. For environment, we have changed the lifestyle. We're already doing in the villages with the grassroots innovations. More we can talk on this. And the local strengths are not factored into our national strength if we don't consider the grassroots innovations. We only see the enlightened people. But I think if you can see across the country, the grassroots innovations are not seen as an asset of the nation, knowledge asset of the nation by even our Sampitroda committee. They said there's no knowledge with them. I think we need to reconsider that. Now, some udaharans I'll tell you. I cannot play videos. Malaysia, we must have heard the ASO machine here. He made ASO machine for the mother's sake. She was to move about 9,000 times a day. And he said, why should she do it? And she was having a pain. So he said, let my mother's pain be removed. He did it by choosing appropriate technology, affordable technology. But before that, firstly, describe the pain, define the problem, went for technology. It's not that you have technology in hand and look for problems. The affordability is such that the father can buy. Appropriateness is such that the mother can use. And those are the considerations they have. And they give affordable excellence. This is a word Dr. Mashelkar keeps saying it. Why don't we give poor people affordable excellence? Why we ask for the highest cost for a better quality? That's a mandate we have to do as the designers and the providers. Now, this has done amazing work once he made it in 2000, but it took 23 years to saturate the entire Usampalli people. Now, no one does manual ASU, but it took 23 years, my dear friends. Why? And it's only Telangana, and we have a Telangana state also separately, and it is showcased everywhere, but we could not take over the problem of the drudgery of the women. Problem exists, solution exists, but this matching did not take place. I think it's very important for us to see why so many years, our women. But now it is done, and in this garment share is only 50 machines. 2,500 machines were given by society. Palle and Malaysian work together. Why? Why? Now, this is what we got to see. How do we improve the life? Now we have weeding. Weeding in every wheat crop or rice. Weeding is a big problem. It costs money, and the weedicide, which is chemical one, that's not good for anybody. And now it is banned. But what to do? Now, I wish the video runs. There's somebody, Chandrasekhar in Chikalahasti. He made a herbal-based weedicide, which you mix with the sand and put it a day before the transplantation, spray in the field. And you churn it, and then next day you transplant it and give water. See that the water doesn't go out for next 20 days. It destroys the seeds of weeds. It doesn't destroy the weeds. So thereby, it doesn't affect your plant. And the effect is so good, the whole floor of the field looks like a cemented field, not even a single weed comes up. And not only that, since the weeds are not taking nutrition from the land, that nutrition goes to the plant, and farmers found 20% additional output production. So such is existing, and purely herbal and no harm at all. And why don't we use it? When we asked AICRP people, they say, you spend 50 lakhs to get certification. Then we'll be able to certify it. Then I say, we don't need certification. The farmers test and do it. If they don't like it, they don't buy. If you make it so costly, but whatever the reasons you have, how will it get spread? Now, hyacinth is the one which I could show you the machine, but this is where all over we have it. And Narasimha is from near Pochampalli. He made a machine which takes the hyacinth, cuts into small pieces and puts it out. Then the whole degradation takes place faster. It is so easy to do it and the cheapest in the world. And that's why reason Prime Minister Narendra Modi gifted this machine to Kenya, people of Kenya from people of India, because they have a Victoria Lake which is full of hyacinth. So that's the reason a small grassroots innovator got a recognition of giving a gift to another country. And when he established out there in October 2022, it runs automatically and people are very happy with this. You know, there is a strength in the grassroots innovation, my dear friends. And that's the way you see on the left side, how was the lake? This is Arkapuram Lake in Secunderabad, and this is what it happens. Now, Sundaram Vama from Rajasthan, he has made about 20-25 years he worked, and he found that the plants don't grow unless you keep the water, take care for a long time. So he developed a dryland agroforestry where 1 bucket water, only once you give it, plant grows. 1 bucket once. Amazing. He has been awarded Padma Shri for his amazing innovations. Now, such kind of things can be spread wherever dryland agriculture is there. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, we have unmet needs in the village. We have 6.5 lakh villages, no crane. But whereas loads are increasing, and the construction material, the machinery, all kinds of are coming up, but still people have to do it. This boy made a crane. He made it in 10,000 rupees. Can you make a crane 10,000 rupees? He made it because the source used existing power source of tractor. Now that's the way they think. If you want to make separate tractor, give it to all countries, it doesn't, not feasible. So by using this, it can lift 15 feet and 1,000 kgs, 1,000 kgs, and 10,000 rupees is nothing. And the entire villages, if they have such a crane attached to the tractor, what kind of happiness they have, the health they have, the apprehensions of damage, all won't be there. Unmet needs give immense happiness to the people. Handloom is 6,000 times you have to press your legs to pull the threads every day. And people get tired and knees start speaking up sometime. Now here he made a small machine, Moda Shiva. You see this electromechanical machine, and you just push your big toe, and the entire load is taken by electromechanical machine. Now they can weave till the death, and even the people with no legs, you put a switch there, upper, left and right switch, so they can do it. 28 lakh handloom people in the country, out of them 72% women. We have not addressed this issue. This man addressed, is not even a weaver. But now having got it 2 years back, it is not spread beyond 200. It's required by everybody. Now, system has to come forward. Policy advocacy is required for such things. Seeding, Ashok saw his mother when you were intermediate seeing the seeding problems. You have to bend and do it. 5 ladies, 1 acre, 2 days. It costs 3,000 rupees and the back pain is there. Now he made a, can you use this? No, sorry. He made a, on the right side you saw, can you click on that? No, you can't click. Yes. You can click on the right one? I can use this? Yes. Okay, right. Yeah. You see, it doesn't bend, she just puts inside, puts a seed, and then bends. The seed falls. No need to bend. All operations of digging, putting seed, closing are taken place only vertically standing, and the tube can be made with any materials, no cost required. Tube costs 200 rupees. Her labor costs 500 rupees. That's only 700 rupees farmer pays against 3,000 rupees. And imagine if, clap loudly, you're appreciating good things. I always I request students or everybody, audience, that if you want to support good, please clap. And you should be a leader to clap, not the follower to clap. Otherwise, bad will take over if you don't appreciate the good. Now, this, just economics of this, my dear friends, is a farmer, an acre saves 2,500 rupees. And input cost is almost zilch. No, hardly input cost. Now, if 1 crore acres are done with this, how much money saved to the farmers, which is available for additional demand. They want to buy something out of it. They save it, our production cost reduces. And so much employment comes up. So imagine, and it's recurring. I'm talking only 1 acre. And one seeder can do 10 acres. And there's nothing to throw away. Now, that is enormous economical multiplication is possible with such a silly looking, silent, and locally made tools. And Ashok made it, who is not a scientist. At intermediate second year, he made it for his mother. So, few udaharan I've shown, but so many, even Dr. Balaram Sahu told you, grassroots innovations, they emerge out of, as I mentioned, voluntarism, samvedana, and value system. And value system, some of them are really more from less for many, affordability, appropriateness, then low technologies, local resources, and no post-sale engagement. They put it as a constraint. All innovations have no post-sale. So there's no dependency on the people, dependency on the OEM or whoever has made it. So anything can be done with customization or maintenance, everything can be done locally. And they address interconnectedness. Now, that's a very important point, which in our technological world, we don't have this word very prominently. Now, soil cannot work alone. It needs sun, it needs air, it needs humans, it needs seeds, it needs microbial, due to microorganisms, everything it needs, then only soil works. So nature is interconnected by default. And if we don't consider the interconnectedness, any solution we'll give will not be appropriate. These guys understand this because they work there, they live there. They don't think that automatically it comes to them. Even safety, it comes to them actually. Because sprayer we are given a sprayer which sprays in front of you. And this guy walks into the sprayer. Whatever safety of the farmer, whatever you put it doesn't matter. He does a 5-acre spray, he gets something. But we not thought of it. But some boy is thought of his father and put the spray in the rear. The man moves forward, spray in the rear. So this is safety. We have to think of safety as people where these people think about. Now, other thing is diversity. You know, our country, we have 126 agri-zones. And each agri-zone will have different zones. Now, such a diversity, how can you have a customized solution? How to have a standardized solution, sorry. Because nature is customized, technology is standardized. There's a gap. We understand this. When you give solutions, we got to be customized to particular area as much as possible. So remember, nature is customized, therefore technology is standardized. What solutions will get to grassroots should be taking care of this factor. And ethical responsibility, which they don't damage something and give it to somebody. They make a good harmony balance with what they consume and what they use. And that you can see in many examples. Now, current policy for grassroots innovations, we have one national, you understand the significance of grassroots innovation, nation understood, and they try to build some formal, informal system. One of them is NIF in 2000 by Parliament Act. Now, there is good mission, objective, all are there. They are doing great work, and pioneer is Professor Gupta and Dr. Mashelka. And then they have done amazing work. If you go to the website, you find a lot, but 3 lakh plus innovations and thousands of patents, and so many in the market. Not only that, because of their identifying the honeybee network and identifying these innovators, 14 innovators got Padma Shri so far by the government of India. And village people, that's an amazing recognition by the government. I don't know how many are there outside, but international patent also have come up. And you all know about NIF is doing a wonderful job, but there's so much to be done. It's not done completely. Still, we feel that they could do much more. And so many other NGOs, like, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is also involved in this, Rotag involved in this, Rotag in Bombay and Delhi IIT, then TSIC in Hyderabad, KVKs, Atal Innovation Mission, PMEGP is meant for this. They're all working government initiatives in various ways. And some CSOs are there, like Honeybee Network, like Palle Srujana is one of them. And so many NGOs are working in various states, along with NIF, Honeybee Network, and on grassroots innovations. Now, what are the impact of grassroots innovations which we have seen? I would like to share with you. I told you interconnectedness is something not only interconnected with the land, nature, but they interconnect horizontally farmers to farmers And that also builds a lot of synergy amongst them. Knowledge, intellect synergy comes up. Then unmet needs are taken care of. So many unmet needs. Village don't have a village transporter today. That auto is not a transporter and tractor trailer is not available to anybody. All the 6 lakh villages, no village transporter. We don't think of it. There's no project anywhere. Somebody made a small trailer, beautiful thing he made. And I mentioned affordable excellence, and the emphasis of grassroots innovators is on people and their pain, to reduce their pain, if not remove the pain, and then search for technology. But it's not that you have a technology, therefore I find problems. That's the way they look at it. There's a difference between us and them. And as mentioned about zero postal activity, the whole idea is to reduce the cost of inputs. Now, today in agriculture, input have no control, the process is no control, yield and cost, price also no control. What kind of enterprise we are running where everything is unviable? That's what we made to the farming today. So these people try to reduce input cost, which is what they can have a control on it. Even that will lure them by giving many things. Diversity, of course, it caters for diversity. Now, surprisingly, my dear friends, SDG is a big topic at the national level, G20 level, United Nations level. These people addressing 4 SDGs without knowing what is SDG, without investment. Today, we want investment for SDG. Unless the money comes, we say we can't implement SDG. All the grassroots innovations, if you understand the characteristics and see SDG 3, 8, 12, and 15, they're addressing by default. Now, that's not without any funding. Now, in the last few years, Palle has been discussing a lot with many people, many stakeholders in the formal, informal sectors, and came out with some recommendations which might give a fillip to entire grassroots innovations. It has to be a separate category. Grassroots innovations are 2 types. One, innovations are made by formal system for grassroots. Other one is by grassroots, for grassroots, in grassroots. Now, these 2 are different because second one is made in a hut. The first one is made in a lab. Second one is made with a hunch and a nature and low technologies, local technologies. But this is made with the best of technologies, best of support, best of engineers. But today, we call both of them under one category, grassroots. Naturally, by definition, we exclude the real grassroots innovations because they won't come and talk in English, nor fill forms. So there is a gap. Our request is that grassroots innovations by and for grassroots people should be a separate category in every policy of the government, central and state governments. And NRF should have separate funding for this. And today we have NIF, but NIF has somewhere could not really disseminate the innovations to reach the people to the way we all can be comfortable. Therefore, maybe another structure required, and a structure for disseminations. And then there should be a grassroots connectivity within the country and internationally also, so that we can share the existing innovations and benefit everywhere instead of starting all alone each country. And with the digital world coming up, I think it's much easier and should be done at a national level. And we have to ensure that students do something I'll speak about in the next slides, so that they appreciate the grassroots creativity. They are happy with what society has, and they're proud of them, start looking at villages with respect, but involve them in identifying and nurturing, promoting grassroots. A lot of CSOs in the village, civil society organizations, they do a lot of work, but the kind of hand-holding for the system and the private sector is not coming to them. That should be done. Outstanding udaharans of grassroots innovations which impact the society should be included in the textbooks for the schools and colleges. Non-details in the schools and colleges, because they've come from the hardly any background, but it helped the whole nation in terms of it. There's so many of them. In fact, we go a step ahead that Nobel Prize should be set up for best grassroots innovation in the world. And UNO should have separate department, grassroots innovations. That's the way every country has innovations. It's not only India. We managed to discuss in G20 a lot about this across the country, C20, and we found so many things. And volunteerism is the best way to nurture grassroots innovations, identify grassroots innovations. By employment, you can't do it. The last method, on the ground, when you want to identify, volunteerism is the only way. Because if you go once, he's not available or he doesn't speak. You have to go 3 times, 4 times, 5 times to understand what is done. Now, that doesn't come from money. Our remuneration comes from volunteerism, passion. Now, We have to bring happiness to grassroots innovators to get them more patents, more awards, so the families, others get also happy. And a point came up from grassroots innovators only. We used to have free grazing land for cattle in the villages. Now that is gone. With that, animals have gone. A lot of advantages. Animal diseases used to going because they go and eat the medicinal leaves when they are sick, animals do grazing. So we must get one village, one grazing land. And this has to be start from the national level, political level, or individual level, try to get this. And Ayush Mitras were there, they used to help people and animals with the local medicines. And when it can't be done, they used to take it outside, like family doctors. Now they have to be nurtured and put it, and very good treatments. Last year, the organization, I think in Vizag, they're doing amazing job in this Ayush Mitras. Now, what is the journey of grassroots innovation? You scouting start scouting of innovation where it's not, okay, this innovation is good for society. It is addressing a pain of society and relieving the pain of society in an affordable way. Once you identify that, document it. And having documented, it should go to the stage of nurturing. You call it incubation, but I feel nurturing is the word we understand it. Nurturing, and where it may be in any stage, a conceptual stage or a model stage or a ready to sell stage, nurture it such a way that it is available for dissemination to the targeted beneficiaries. And that last one has a third step and final step. The entire journey of innovation starts from scouting till it reaches the beneficiary. Not just recognizing and giving award and go. Please, this is not being done by today. We have to do it seriously. In the first stage, you can use NIF, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, especially children. Each college should get 2 ideas per month in the villages around, voluntarily, no money paid. And imagine today I've seen 14,000 colleges somewhere in the slide. Into 2, every month you get 28,000 ideas. Take 50% out, still you have 10,000 ideas. And that document and nurture them. Nurture in Atal Innovation Mission, National Learning Foundation, various institutes we have incubating ability. They have that expert ability and the facilities available. They all can do the nurturing part of it. And funding can take from various departments, can come DST or anywhere they're doing, or even CSR funds. Having ready for sale the item at the end of nurturing stage, now there's a response to the government, state and central government, mandate themselves to ensure that these innovations are to reach the people because they're unmet needs most of the places. Like today, Modi ji gives 80 crore people free khana. He mandated himself to meet the needs of the people because of the conditions. Now, grassroots innovations, they are meant for each innovation solves a pain, reduces a pain, my dear friend, addresses a pain. Then government should mandate themselves, don't fund yourself, but ensure it reaches people by utilizing CSR, NABARD, PMEGP, MP-led funds, whatnot, even JICA, anything coming abroad, you pick up, and that should be going to so that people get it. I'm not saying giving it free, but give it 10%, 20%, you take it from them. When government mandates, the innovation is scouted, voluntarily, nurtured by various agencies, civil and government, and reaches the people, then the impact will be immense. And it's not very big thing. Fund is not a problem here. Coordination and the willing to help people is a problem. And these policy recommendations will be amazing advantage in society. Now the GRI means grassroots innovation, will be accepted by the country, accepted by the nation. And that makes so much sense because it is Atmanirbharata, it is our strength. And build on that what they don't have. Then society slowly learns the principle of more from less for many. Even in the nature, you put a seed, a huge tree comes up. There are leaves, there are fruits, there are wood, so many things. Many will consume, humans, animals, insects. Input less, output more. But technology is the other way around. Input more, output less. So every technical action is deductive in the resources. Every natural action is additive in the resources. Now, if you know these two, you take a judicial balance of this. But if you know only one technology, perhaps we may eat away into the future resources. So we have to sensitize the village students on these things. And they'll bring collaboration, this whole policy recommendations, if we do it, there'll be collaboration between the formal and informal systems, which I initially explained, there are 2 vertical columns. And we believe that when children walk into the village, they say we're going to meet somebody who's knowledgeable, who's providing to society. They start respecting the people. Therefore, the cultural, emotional divide between the two, formal and informal, will reduce gradually. And more CSOs will come. All these things, you understand the benefits. There's so many of you doing this. Then nature-based approaches changes our lifestyles. And organic structures, like building people, knowledge-based systems slowly coming up, because everything is based on knowledge. They may come up in the future if the life is going on with nature. So lastly, my dear friends, I honestly hope that CPR here in University of Hyderabad will surely understand the sensitivity of people and understand the grassroots innovation, the proper perspective, and make excellent policy advocacy so that the nation makes the farm policy implemented across the country, and we all of us benefit, especially the next generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ganeshan sir, for sharing your valuable insights with us.